Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Too Faced has come out with a big major collection, guys. This is a very recent launch, and this collection is called Peaches and Cream Collection. Now, this is not an limited edition collection. From what I see, I don't see the word limited edition anywhere, so I'm thinking it's not. Now, last year, I think it was last year, Too Faced came out with the Sweet Peach palette, and that was a super duper hit. So probably Too Faced thought that it would be best to capitalize on the peach makeup concept. So a year later, meaning now, they have come out with a big launch, guys. There are so many products in this collection. This in itself is like a makeup line. There's, I think, foundation, you have primer, and you have the eyeshadow palette, which I will be reviewing for this video. You have lipsticks. I was interested in lipsticks, but for some reason when I went in to buy it, like 80% of the shades weren't like available. I'm not sure whether it was sold out or they haven't launched it properly. I don't know. So I didn't buy the lipsticks, but for today, I will be reviewing the eyeshadow palette. So there are many items there. You have the blush, you have bronzer. I think you have also finishing powder or something like that. There are so many items in this collection. It's a big collection. So yeah. Uh, so I ended up buying just the eyeshadow palette. This is the box that it came in. And first, initially, when I thought peaches and cream, I was like, peach color in itself is like a very pale color, which doesn't really show up on dark skin. It kind of looks like a very, like, I don't know, very pale gold color. It does not show up as a true peach itself. And they added the name cream to it, which is like a very off-white kind of color, cream color. So I was like, how good is it going to be on like dark skin? I was very skeptical when I bought this eyeshadow. I was actually skeptical about the entire collection when I saw the word cream in it added to peaches. So I was like, anyways, I wanted to try the product out, so I bought the eyeshadow palette. It says Too Faced and has the picture of a peach, and the name of the palette is Just Peachy Matte. So this is, as the name suggests, this is a matte eyeshadow palette. All the shades, all the eyeshadows in here are mattes. And it says down here, Velvet Matte Eyeshadow Palette infused with peach and sweet fig cream. That is true. I did take a look at the ingredients list of each and every eyeshadow in the palette. In this eyeshadow palette, there are 12 shades here. So all of the eyeshadows are infused with peach fruit extract and fig fruit extract. So you like really do have peaches and fig in here. So I think the cream is fig cream, so they're not actually adding like dairy cream. What they mean is fig. And then at the back it says a small description of what the product is. It says that it has the mattes are infused with refreshing peach and sweet fig cream for an exclusive modern comfort matte formula. And then it has 12 matte shades with warm peaches. So the shade range is peaches, buttery cream, creamy shades, and rich browns. And they said that it smells good, and that's it, I think. And where is this made? And this says that this is bulk made in USA. And as I said, you have 12 eyeshadows here in this palette, and each pan contains 0.04 ounce of product, which is a good amount of product actually. I think typically a full size eyeshadow is like 0.05 ounce of product. So here you have 0.01 ounce less. What else? And that's it. I think that's all the information we have here. You do have like the list of ingredients here in the box, and yeah, that's it. Let's look at the actual and this is not limited edition. As I said, I don't think the entire collection itself is not limited edition, but this collection is exclusive to Sephora, meaning among the retailers, I think Sephora only carries it, but you can buy these products on Too Faced website. So besides Too Faced website, the only retailer that carries is Sephora, and I bought mine at Sephora. So this is the actual palette. It's like a metal kind of a material, and it says just, then you have a peach picture, and then peachy mattes and Too Faced. And you have like an ombre effect from peach to like an off-white, like a cream color. And then at the back is all gold, kind of a reflective thing. And then here you have two peach kind of a embossed kind of a thing going on here, where you actually open the palette, and then at the back it says just velvet matte eyeshadow palette infused with peach, and how much product you get and where it's made and everything. Now let's take a look, open it up. It does come with a mirror. It's really nice. The mirror is actually very clear and everything. So these are the shades that you get in here, guys. I did see the pictures and everything, but some pictures were very like, I don't know, it kind of washed out the colors. Some made it look very dark, so it was very confusing. So I was quite skeptical until like I actually got the palette and tried these shades on the eyes and everything. Until then I was not really very, you know, like excited, or I was just like waiting to judge the product. So anyways, this does have fragrance. I don't think the fragrance is peachy at all. It definitely has like a fruity fragrance, like a fruity perfume kind of fragrance, but I just don't think this smells like peach at all. Just like very fruity smell. Now let's swatch them. Let's do the topmost row, which is here, and then the middle, and then the bottom row. Now all the shades are matte. So this is Peach Meringue, which is like a very kind of a yellow, like a cream shade, like an off-white shade, but it has like yellow undertones to it, and it's like quite good. It's quite pigmented. This is the shade I have on in here as like a highlight shade, in the brown bone highlight. Then this is Peach Tea, which is like a brown based peach. So you can see it like it looks brown, but you can definitely tell there are like peach tones to it. So that is Peach Tea. Then Peach Cobbler is here, which is a slightly darker version. I feel definitely it has like brown to it, but yeah. So that is Peach Cobbler. Then you have Peach Tart, which is even more of a darker brown. This is like, I feel, a true brown. I don't think that this has any like, you know, peach tones or anything. It's definitely a very like a dark chocolate brown color. So this is the first row. This is like a very yellow cream kind of color, and then this is like a very peach tea, and then you have this which is Peach Cobbler, and then you have like the dark brown. Then Peach Butter is actually they do look different in the pan itself. They don't look similar. Peach Meringue and Peach Butter. Peach Butter is actually kind of has more of peachy tones to it, but obviously on my skin tone these two do look the same. This is more of a kind of a cream kind of a undertone, has yellow undertones, and this has more of peach undertones. They do look different in the pan, but on my skin at least they just look the same. And then Just Peachy is actually one of my favorite shades. This is a shade I have as a transition shade here. Do you see how distinctly peach it looks on my skin tone? It's not pastel or anything. It does look like peach. It's actually really nice, that shade. I know it doesn't look much here in the swatch, but on the eyes it truly looks peach, guys. I assure you. That is the shade I have here in the transition, as a transition shade, and it looks really beautiful. It's one of my favorite shades. This is Just Peachy. And you have that vibrant peach shade, like a coral shade actually, coral peach shade, which is called Peach Punch. So that is that shade. I know it doesn't, the swatches don't look that impressive, but I show you all of the shades that I swatched like perform beautifully on the eyes. So that is Peach Punch, this coral peach shade. And then you have here like a, I don't know how to describe it, like a beautiful burgundy, like a, I don't know, burgundy shade. So that is that shade, which is called Just Ripe. Has some red in it. That is Just Ripe. And then finally the last row is Peaches and Cream, which is it's more peachier than Peach Butter. This shade is more peachier than this shade. Do you see? It's definitely more peachier than this. So that is called Peaches and Cream. And then this is called Fresh Picked. This shade is called Fresh Picked, which I feel it has some brown to it. I feel this Fresh Picked shade and Peach Cobbler. Fresh Picked and Peach Cobbler look very similar even in the pan, but I feel a Peach Cobbler here has more brown in it because this row itself has kind of a brown tone to it, the top row. So this definitely has more brown than this particular peach shade. So Fresh Picked is that. Let me just swatch Fresh Picked again. And then you have Peach Sangria. It's a beautiful shade, beautiful reddish shade. Peach Sangria and Just Ripe kind of look similar on the skin, these two shades, but definitely this has more red in it, and this like has more like brown and kind of deep brown shade in it. Then finally, last shade in the palette, which is Chocolate Dipped, is like a very, very deep, very rich chocolate color. It looks almost black on my skin tone. Well, not black. It definitely looks very like a very dark brown. I know, I'm sorry. Like swatched on top of Sangria, Peach Sangria. So these are the swatches, guys. And on the eyelids, I have Peach Sangria, this red shade. I have this shade on the eyelids, and in the outer corner, I just add here and a little. I have brought that very dark brown shade, this shade, which is Chocolate Dipped. I've just brought it a little bit inside, and you can tell it here that the dark brown is like very dark. And then as a transition shade, I've used Just Peachy, this shade, which is like translates into like a true peach on my, even on my skin tone. It doesn't look very much in the finger swatches on the skin, but when you use a brush and when you like really blend it out and everything, it truly looks like, gives like a peach tone. You can tell, I think even in the video, I can like see the peach tones in the transition shade. When I like open my eyelids, you can tell there's a peach tone here. So that is the shade Just Peachy, which is, I think, this shade. Yeah, this is Just Peachy. And on the eyelids, I have Peach Sangria, and then the outer corner just brought the shade a little bit on the inside. I have this Chocolate Dipped. I think it's called Chocolate Dipped, that very dark shade. Yeah, Chocolate Dipped. So formulation, guys. Oh, before I forget, this shade Peach Sangria is the only shade which has like very slight shimmers to it, like extremely micro shimmers, that on the eyes it gives like a satin finish. Those tiny minute shimmers definitely catch the light, and you can definitely see like a shift, like, you know, you can tell it's not like a flat matte. So other than Peach Sangria, this red shade, all the others are like completely matte shades, but this definitely has like a very micro shimmer in it, and those very tiny micro shimmers, they do translate on the eyelids, and you can definitely tell that it gives like a very satin finish. So formulation wise, I like all of the eyeshadows, guys. They actually perform really, really well with the brush. Now I did test these eyeshadows out over an eyeshadow primer. I never ever wear eyeshadows without an eyeshadow primer, so I did test them out using them. And in the inner corner, do you see that very like subtle highlight? And I think that is this yellow peach meringue shade, this yellow like cream off-white color. So that is that shade I have in inner corner, so of the eyelid. So I really enjoy these eyeshadows. The formulation is really, really nice. I did not have to really build up any color, to be honest. And these very off-white shades, they don't look very frosty or very, they don't like leave a white cast. As you can see, the inner corner highlight, I'm really loving it. I really like it. It looks like a beautiful highlight. It doesn't look like strange on my skin tone, although this is like a straight up like a butter color, like it's like it has that yellow undertone, but it is like a white color. So I just love all of these eyeshadows. The color selection is really beautiful. The formula is really very easy to blend, very easy to apply. I honestly didn't have to build up any of the shades. Just one swipe, it applied beautifully. Even while I'm applying it in one corner and trying to blend it out, that way it applies well, and it also applies very beautifully when I'm patting the eyeshadows, packing it on the eyelids, just like a metallic eyeshadow. They just perform well either way. So I think this is a really good palette. This retails for $45. I don't think I told you guys that. This retails for $45 and you get 12 eyeshadows. Personally, I think this is a good collection of neutral eyeshadows. This is a neutral palette if you didn't realize. So this is a beautiful collection of neutral eyeshadows, but it's just because it definitely has your pale shades, and then you have your mid-tone shades, and then you have like two reddish shades, this, and then you do have like your rich like a deep brown shades. You have this and this. Both are actually quite deep on my skin tone, so it kind of covers everything, I feel. And for browns, you do have one brown here, and like my skin tone kind of a brown, which I can use for transition as shades. You have this and this, which actually work really well. This as well, this works also really well. So I feel this kind of covers everything, like mid-tone browns, deep browns, like peachy shades, and also like the trendy red shades. So I think this will make as a very wholesome, matte eyeshadow palette. But to be honest, if you don't like these peachy kind of tones, because especially if you have a lighter skin tone, these will prominently appear peach on you, or most of the shades will prominently appear peachy toned on you. So on my skin tone, as you can see, the browns come out more prominently. In the peachy brown shades, like this shade and maybe this shade, where's the other shade? These two shades kind of look brown, although they have peachy tones. There is brown mixed in it, so the browns come out more than the peach. But if you have maybe lighter skin tone or medium skin tone, I think the peach tones would come out more prominently. So if you do not like a lot of peachy tones, maybe you'll be like, why are all of these shades like appear peach on me? But it's just I'm just making an educated guess, that's it. I haven't tried these shadows out on a lighter skin tone person or a person with medium skin tone. I'm just speculating, but I'm just an educated guess, that's it. So anyways, but on my skin tone it looks really good. So all in all, it's a good palette. Quality wise, it's really good. I think it's just a matter of if you like these tones of colors, that's it. So yeah, I'm happy with my purchase. Hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.